Well, we have finally received some amazing news regarding Red Dead Online that we've all been waiting so long for, and on top of that, some future updates to come in the near future. So if you guys enjoy this at any moment or you find it helpful, drop a like to that video and comment down below. What do you think of this recent news? Are you happy about it? Do you still feel the same? Besides that, subscribe to the channel and let's get this started. So as I stated in the intro, guys, Rockstar has finally released some great news that we have all been waiting for, and this is regarding some new updates to come very soon, actually February 26th this month. So that's only about 2 weeks or so away, not that long at all. Now this information is regarding some updates to come, some content additions to the game, and on top of that, some great tweaks and changes that I think most people will be happy about. So without further ado, guys, let's get this going. We're going to break this all down in this video and give you guys all the information that you need. So if we go ahead and head on over to Rockstar's website, we can see the brand new information right here in its headline: Red Dead Online beta update, new features and more coming February 26th. Just like I said, if we go down to the opening statement, it says the next set of updates and new features is set to be added to Red Dead Online beta on February 26th as we implement many new improvements and enhancements to the game's open world, including a new law and bounty system, weapons balancing, changes to player blips on the minimap, and more. Now I know daily challenges is also included in this update, which I'm very excited for, so let's get this going. So the first set of changes is going to be player visibility, guys, and I have to say this may seem like it's not a big deal, but after reading through this, guys, the changes that we're going to see is actually very good. It's going to change the pace of the game for the better. So basically, let's start from the top. It says we're reducing the visibility of blips over long distances. Your map position will not display to other players unless you are nearby within 150 meters, and if you are slightly further away, you will only appear within firing your weapon. Now this right here is great. That means, let's say you guys are in Tumbleweed and there's people over in Lemoyne just going around, you know, picking people out on the map, going over to that location, just killing them for fun. Now they will no longer be able to do that because they won't know where you are. They'll only know where you are if they're within that range. Now that is actually a great change in my opinion, and I think it'll take care of a lot of the toxic griefing problems. Now killing people online is not a bad thing. That's fine. I know some people enjoy doing that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's part of the game. But with this way, I think it'll be a lot more natural. You'll run into players instead of players simply getting on and picking people out just to kill them non-stop. This will make it more natural and make it in a way that you'll just come across players, and it'll make just the whole interaction a lot better in my opinion. Now on top of that, if we go further into this, we're also introducing a new system that highlights overly aggressive players, so players that kill a lot of other players. If your style of play becomes more hostile, your map position will become more visible to other players with a progressively darkening dot that incrementally shifts from blue to dark red. And on top of that, your visibility increases through bad deeds such as attacking and killing other players or their horses outside of structured mode, free roam missions, events, or competitions, and so on and so forth. So basically what that means is the more bad stuff you do, the more visible you're going to be on the map, and the more people will know to either stay away from you or to go after you and kill you if that is what they would like to do. Now on top of all these changes, there's also changes coming over to the posse system, such as posse-wide parlays and improving feuds. You'll soon be able to initiate parlays that applies to your attacker's entire posse after just a single kill. But on top of that, you can also challenge your opponent and you can initiate a feud, posse feud, or leader feud after one kill, and that can quickly turn a dispute into a timed mini deathmatch for rival players to fight amongst themselves in free roam. I personally think that's a great addition to the game, and it adds more content to just killing people. Now you're not just going to be shooting people, more stuff will come from it. It could turn into a whole little deathmatch, and a lot more fun will come out of it. Now let's keep moving on. And next we have the bounty hunters and law balancing system that will be added as well. This is pretty much just like the bounty system in story mode, but slightly different. But it's the same concept. You do bad crime, bounty hunters or the law are going to come after you. Now, as it says here, criminal behavior will have bounty values and honor consequences that scale based on the severity of the crime. So the worse crime you do, obviously, the higher bounty that you're going to have. Now, once you get to a certain threshold, bounty hunters will take notice and they'll come after you. Now, it's important to say that lower level crimes, as you can see here, and like looting or ransacking, will only decrease your honor. This will not make you guys wanted. So petty crimes like that, like if you would usually do in story mode, you know the sheriffs will go after you and it gets pretty annoying over time. That won't be a problem in online, which I think is a great thing. But it does not say here if other players will be able to see if someone's wanted. And I don't know if they're going to make this change as well because it's not stated in this paragraph right here. But I think if other players could see these wanted players as well, so let's say somebody has a bounty on their head, not only the NPC bounty hunters can go after them, but other players as well, and they could collect the bounty off those players' head. Because I believe, if I remember correctly, it's been a long time, but Red Dead Online, the original one, had something similar to that. It added a lot of fun to the online version. You could simply just chase down some very wanted people, rack up some money, and it's fun. But let's keep it moving. Like I said earlier, daily challenges, which I'm excited for, because pretty much every stable MMO out there has some kind of daily challenges added into the game, and it's great. Now, these daily challenges might not be too crazy, but at least it gives you some kind of goal to do when you log on every single day to the game. Instead of logging on and being like, oh crap, what do? I don't know what to do. You can at least go, okay, let's do these daily challenges, get some XP, money, or whatever rewards that they decide to give us for these. It says gold nuggets and whatnot, so let's read into this. So as it says here, we will also be adding a variety of daily challenges to take across Red Dead Online beta. Complete individual objects that cover every aspect of life on the frontier to earn gold nuggets, like I said, and XP. So that's not bad awards, guys. Gold nuggets, that's pretty much, the microtransactions right there. Challenges will range from searching for herbs, selling items at a fence, hunting and skinning animals, clearing hideouts, winning feuds, and so much more. So that is great, actually, guys. It adds a little more purpose to hunting, which we've already been doing. It's going to give us a little more reward and a little bang for our buck. Now, these daily challenges will continue to expand and evolve over time, bringing specialty challenges and rewards, streak bonuses, and more. So I can imagine as time goes on and more content's added into the game, we can expect more crazier daily challenges such as robberies and whatnot, which will be even better than the ones listed here. And that's some great news right there, guys. So let's keep this going. So next we have other fixes and more, which pretty much just talks about balances and changes to the game. And on top of that, a little XP boost, which we'll talk about in a second. So here we go. So the first changes we can expect to see are rebalancing of the varmint rifle, which will have its accuracy brought more in line with other long arm weapons. Now I think this is great because the varmint rifle was kind of cheap, guys. Although it does make sense, if you shoot someone in the head with a rifle, they should die pretty quickly. But due to auto aim, it makes the varmint rifle pretty cheap, as its reticle, or whatever you want to call it, its aimer, is very small. So you literally just have to lock onto somebody, flick your analog stick up, and you got a headshot. They're dead instantly unless they have perks to change that otherwise. So with them changing the accuracy of it, I think that would be great, and it'll balance it out a little bit more. We'll probably see less people using that weapon. And now if we go further into this, it says voice chat will be reduced to work at closer proximity. Okay, that's pretty simple, self-explanatory. And while fixes to horse cargo are numerous and ongoing, we plan to introduce some improvements to make pelts and carcasses more persistent after death or respawning. So basically, it's going to fix all those little bugs. Sometimes your pelts get stuck to the horse, so you can't take them off, or stuff's disappearing. I'm guessing that's what they're talking about, and they're going to help clean that system up a bit more, which is great news. Now, on top of that, it sounds like there's going to be even more information that is not listed here. As it says here, we will have more details on the content in the February 26th update next week. So that's great news. There's even more stuff that's going to come on February 26th that's not stated here. So hey, even better. Posse up this week to earn twice as much increased XP on these activities, and next week earn 20 more XP across all activities in Red Dead Online beta. So that basically means posse up right now, guys, to get double XP, which is great. And on top of that, next week we'll get 20% more XP just for doing simply things. We don't have to be posse up or anything like that. So that is amazing. People are going to be leveling up like crazy. I should probably get my levels up as well. So now that we got all that news out of the way, guys, let's go ahead and check out some of the feedback from the community and see how some people are feeling about this news. So we're here on Rockstar's Twitter page, and this is the tweet about this new news. Now the first comment is Hazard, thanks Dad. Okay, that's some good comments right there. And if we keep going, we got this is a wonderful week. Big boy right here, he's feeling pretty good about it. That's some good news. What Red Dead News, say it ain't so. Next one is from Scott, says none of those changes will mean a damn thing unless you make closed friends, invite only lobbies. Okay, so this guy's pretty much asking for private lobbies, but I'm sure we'll see those in the future. But I think these changes will make a lot of great improvements to a lot of problems that this guy is probably experiencing. Another comment from Paige is add private lobbies. Again, people are seeming to want private lobbies, which I can understand. I'm sure we'll see those to come, like I said. Now the next one here is from React. We got a little meme. Rockstar improvements and enhancements is this content. So basically this guy doesn't seem too happy about it, but I think he's looking at it the wrong way. We should be optimistic about this. At least we're receiving something. It may not be crazy huge content, but it is something, and it's some great changes that they're adding. We keep going on. This guy says, finally, that's good. Lit Poppy, meh, lame, nice one. So it seems to be kind of split, but we're seeing a lot more positive feedback from the community with this update than we were before. Before it was pretty much all negative. Now it's kind of a mix, which is good. But anyway, guys, that is it for today's video. I hope this was informational and you learned something and have something to look forward to. So if you did, drop a like on the video, comment down below what are you most excited for in this new update. Besides that, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all next time for a brand new video. Peace.